Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about Kodak. Every Friday I do a deep dive on a stock, and this week's stock is Kodak. Nobody's really talked about Kodak in probably the last 10 or so years, but today they are the most talked about stock. Just looking at this page here, you can see there's articles from anybody who's talking about stocks, and they're all talking about Kodak. So to start, I will talk a little bit about what the company has become and what they currently sell. Then I will get into some of the news surrounding why the stock is rallying. Then I will go over some of the bear case for Kodak. Then I will go over what the executives are saying about the new deal, as well as the trading activity. As always, there will be some jelly at the end, which is something I enjoyed outside of the markets. If you have big dreams like buying this 4-bed, 5-bath mansion outside of Houston, Texas, or if you're just getting started on your financial journey, definitely like and subscribe. It has a very large living room and kitchen space with an aquarium. It also has a master suite with old railroad ties on the ceiling. And of course, it has an awesome hot tub and pool. To keep your dreams at the front of your mind, like and subscribe. Welcome to the Portfolio Bulletin. Let's get started. Looking at the long-term price action for Kodak, the company went public in September of 2013 at around $25 a share. It quickly went up to just over $34 per share, and since then it's been on a decline, coming all the way down to recent history in just around $2 a share. Going all the way down to the 1-hour chart, you can see it was right around $2.10 a share until an announcement was made. They announced that they received a new contract to start making ingredients for the new Rona vaccine. And since then, they've basically exploded. At one point, they were all the way up over $50 a share, and they have since come back down to around $29 a share. All of that was just over the course of the last few days. Let's quickly take a look at what Kodak has become, because they're not really the camera manufacturer or the film manufacturer that people think of anymore. As you can see here, they make advanced materials and specialty chemicals, and this is the major driver of their stock price right now. They continue to advertise their specialty in making custom chemicals and that they have long-term expertise in this industry. They actually do still make film, but it's for very specific uses, such as aerial imagery. Again, they are advertising the chemicals that are needed to make this film, as well as the film itself. They also make a light controlling fabric, which is a little bit off-brand, but as you can see, they've kind of become a conglomerate of different things that they think they're good at. But really, the main driver in terms of business here is going to be that chemical manufacturing aspect. So let's talk about why Kodak went up so much. They say Kodak shares are enjoying a renaissance after going up over 474%. Tuesday's gain alone was over 200%, and Wednesday was 318%. Next, they say they have no idea where the price is going, and this is because there's no analysis, which means that there's no price targets, which means investors are essentially flying blind. And this is because basically nobody paid attention to Kodak before a few days ago, as you could tell from the charts that I just talked about. The last time Kodak stock traded for above $32 a share was in 2014, when it returned from its bankruptcy protection. The stock has been trading for 0.3 to 0.4 times sales, and currently the stock is trading at around 1 time sales at $33 per share. At one point, the stock hit $60, meaning it went up over 1,500%. So is the stock too high? Kodak's new business is generic drug ingredients, and those manufacturers usually trade for 1.5 times sales. Of course, Kodak has not made any business in that industry yet, and nobody knows exactly what the sales will be. However, generic drug manufacturers take in about $1 in assets and generate about 40 cents in sales, which means based on the $765 million loan from the government, they will make around $300 to $400 million in sales. And that would be worth, in theory, about $450 to $600 million on the market value. Then they restate that this is basically just a guess, and that there's no great way to know where the stock could go this early in their transformation. Kodak became the most popular stock on Robin Track on Tuesday, followed closely by GE, essentially stating that Kodak was the trending ticker of the day. Over the past 24 hours, more than 82,000 people have taken a position in Kodak, and that includes myself. Of course, all of this buying will drive up the price because it is increasing the demand for the stocks. And GE, even a company with $60 billion in market capitalization, rose 2.6% based on all of that buying. Kodak, as a microcap stock worth less than $350 million, was driven up much more due to the lower market cap. They say it doesn't take a lot to get those shares moving. Kodak is now up more than 600% year to date, which obviously far outperforms both the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. Next, let's talk about why we should avoid Kodak stock. The first section here just reiterates the fact that the price went up a lot and that a lot of Robinhood users were purchasing the stock, which further drove up the price. So here are their 3 reasons to not buy the stock. Kodak has poor financial performance and their prospects are poor. Demand for generic malaria drug ingredients may be weak, and Kodak has a long track of poor management. I would have to argue a little bit of their future prospects. I think this new injection of $765 million will allow them to drive new sales, and as a result, more revenue. Kodak's chief executive says they are thrilled by the opportunity, and Kodak is proud to be a part of strengthening America's self-sufficiency in producing the key pharmaceutical ingredients we need to keep our citizens safe. They say this is driven by the fact that they have deep expertise in chemical manufacturing, as well as a heritage in innovation and quality. The government loan of $765 million was awarded on July 28th, and this was to incentivize the manufacturing of ingredients for generic drugs to help fight the Rona. Of those drugs, it includes hydroxychloroquine, which is relatively controversial in its own right. The day before the announcement, Kodak was valued at $115 million. By the end of that day, it was $347 million, and in pre-market trading the next day, it was around $548 million. They repeat the fact that the company filed for bankruptcy in 2012, and then it went public again in 2013. At $25 a share, it went up a little bit from there, but tumbled down to $4 per share at the beginning of 2020. Between 2017 and 2019, revenues fell. However, free cash flows did improve from negative $110 million to $0 in 2019. During the first quarter of 2020, 14% of Kodak shares were short sold due to the poor potential prospects. Moving on to the demand for malaria drug ingredients being weak, competition in this area is very strong with well-financed companies. However, the overall market is huge, and it's expected to grow 7.2% annually. Some analysts that have had time to talk about Kodak compare it to companies like O'Neill as well as Mylan, which are in much better financial shape and are more likely to be awarded contracts over Kodak. They find it puzzling that generic drug companies have the capabilities and know-how for this specific product were not awarded the contract, and that bringing pharmaceutical manufacturing back to the United States is not very easy. Moving on to the last piece here, which is Kodak's management. They say the company filed for bankruptcy in 2012, falling all the way from a peak capitalization of $30 billion. Kodak's fall from grace started in the 1940s when they developed the Polaroid camera. However, Kodak was unable to adapt to the technology changes, at which point they no longer dominated the photography industry. The last article for this episode talks about how Kodak had a jump in trading before the announcement, and the CEO addressed it. They averaged between 75,000 and 80,000 shares traded per day, and on the Monday prior to the announcement, over 1.6 million shares were traded. They then reiterate a lot of the same facts from the other 2 articles. However, they highlight the fact that the jump in trading does seem a little suspicious. The CEO said he felt like the secret was kept pretty well. Based on SEC filings, on June 23rd, 46,000 shares were purchased by Contienza, as well as a board member purchasing 5,000 shares. Let me know down in the comments below if you think there was some insider trading going on, or if you were surprised to find out that Kodak made specialized chemicals. To summarize, Kodak shares went up 1,500% due to the launch of Kodak Pharmaceuticals, and all of this was spurred by a $765 million loan from the federal government in order to bring pharmaceutical manufacturing back to the United States. Critics of the deal think that Kodak's financial performance and prospects are still poor, and that demand for generic malaria drugs will still be weak. And finally, they think that Kodak's management has been poor for years, and that they don't see an improvement coming. My current position for Kodak is I've sold the $10 puts, which means I would be willing to buy the stock at $10, but currently the stock is trading well above that, and I don't foresee it getting down to $10 in the near future. Let me know down in the comments below what you think is going to happen to Kodak stock. Definitely like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video. Of course, this is not financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. And with that, let's get to the jelly. So today's jelly is learning to hula hoop with Ginger Billy. Ginger Billy has a pretty large following on YouTube. He does have over 350,000 subscribers, and he talks basically exactly like you think you would looking at the picture. It's a pretty funny dude, so here's what that looks like.
Hello, Marco. So I was shopping at the Walmart today, and I walked by these puppies here. Hula hoops! You know, when we was children, all the kids out of recess, they'd hula hoop. But I never tried to hula hoop because I just didn't figure I could do it. So today I've watched some YouTube tutorials on how to hula hoop. So I'm going to be a professional before this day's all over with. Now, you have to remember, I am a 31-year-old white male, and I do not have a lot of hip gyration. All right, that didn't work. Now we're just going to start with just regular hula hooping. Okay, legs shoulder width. Ow. Gonna get some good rotation on this here. You gotta slang into it. You gotta, here we go. Oh, you know what? Look at her. Look at this. No joke. I just got the hip gyration, baby. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Who'd have ever knowed that I was good at the hula hooping, baby? Oh, it's going down. Oh, it's going down. Bring it back up. Bring it back up. Bring it back up. Oh, baby. I just bought these hula hoops today. I ain't never seen a man on the internet hula hooping. Could I be the first? Could I break a world record for hula hoopings? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a swing. Look how fast that thing goes. Look at that. Look at that right there. I bet my wife's getting turned on. She's the one filming me right now. She's like, oh, yeah. Get a close-up of my body. Right now, look at that face. That's a face of determination in the hula hoop. It's still going. Don't zoom in right there. You might see my wiener flopping up and down. Woo! That's it right there, baby. Ginger Billy, one. Hula hoop, nothing.
As you can tell, he's got a good sense of humor. He definitely makes fun of himself, but he also pulled it off. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought of Ginger Billy. Definitely like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video, and have a great day.